Do you know that one of the greatest emperors that ruled Rome was an African? Oh, you don't know? Now you know. Okay, listen, pay attention, Akebulan. One of the greatest emperors that ruled the ancient Rome was an African. What was his name? I will tell you, but pay attention. You see, most times when we talk about the ancient Rome and how great it was, people think and imagine Italy. They imagine Europe. They imagine white marble statues. But what if I tell you that an African ruled the ancient Rome? His name was Septimius Severus. He was an African born. He was born in Leptis Magna, that is the modern day Libya. Leptis Magna is the modern day Libya. That was when Septimius Severus was born. Not in Italy, not in Europe, but in North Africa. He was an African born. Mind you, he was not a weak emperor. No. He ruled from 193 to 211 AD. He marched on the soil and on the ground of Rome with his own army. He seized power. He defeated rivals and he took over and expanded the empire. He reinformed the government of Rome and strengthened the army. He passed in one of his campaigns in London. In fact, history has it that Septimius Severus helped to reinforce the Hadrian Wall in London, and that happened between 208 to 211 during his time. He was that powerful. In fact, today in British Museum, most people don't know that he has his status there, but people don't recognize it. That was greatness. But do you know the deeper part of this history? The deeper part of this history is that this man ruled the ancient Rome in a time when Rome controlled the larger part of Europe, Middle East and North Africa. And an African ruled it. An African who spoke Latin in an African accent was the emperor of that world superpower. An African. Now you can ask me, Town Crier, why will Rome allow an African to rule? Pay attention. You need to understand that color is a modern invention. You see this color of a thing, black and white, Latino, Caucasian, it is a modern invention. In the ancient world, pigmentation meant nothing. What the ancient world paid attention to was your social class, your status, your family background, your strategy, your power, your military confidence, your competence. They paid no attention to pigmentation. So, Septimius Severus became a great emperor in Rome, not because of what he looked like, but because he understood power, he understood influence, he understood strategy, he understood loyalty. And that is what most Africans lack today. The modern African man today, most African men today, pay more attention to their appearance. That is why young people want to bleach their skin, not knowing how blessed it is to have melanin magnificent. They don't understand that the world do not respect you because of your appearance. The world respects you because of your skill. That was what Septimius Severus understood. And that is why he understood power, strategy, influence, and loyalty. Akebulan, work on yourself. If a man like that could rule, the superpower of the world at that time belongs to you. What is it that you cannot achieve? The history of Septimius Severus, born in Leptis Magna, modern day Libya, should tell you how powerful and how impossible is nothing there is nothing you cannot achieve. Pay less attention to your appearance and pay more attention to your skill and who you are. Akebulan, wisdom is the principal thing. I am still giving you free book on They Came Before Columbus. And mind you, this week, I am going for my book distribution in schools. Thank you for those who contributed for that book. God bless you. Akebulan, wisdom is the principal thing. Wisdom, Nawata. Yet, wisdom is the principal thing. Ah, 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 ah.